we kind of have an audience. All right, so it's just a late night product research session. I was kind of like looking at first like the Amazon movers and shakers, and we had someone coming here talk about RC, so we're checking out this latest niche on these wall RC cars. Kind of curious, like what's doing numbers. Let's take a look and see if we can find anything. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta delete some stores. So typically happens to track so much stuff, man. But like, here, let me delete some stuff and make some room. And it's cool to see that there's so many people actually like working on a Friday night, because for a while, like I popped in the chat and I was like, am I the only one here that's like grinding? And yeah, I was like, man, everybody's out partying Friday night. I'm like, I know it. I know it. Like, not everyone, but right. But I'm surprised actually, like how many people hopped in the chat after more and more people saw that I was on, and other people saw more people were in here. I was like, dude, we're gonna create a movement. So yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna go in here and like remove some stuff so I can make some room to track some stores. And I'll show you guys some stuff that I was like tracking earlier today. That looks kind of interesting. I did like a little session on jewelry, and I found like just like bling necklaces were selling like really well, and like tennis bracelets for men. The numbers were pretty interesting to me. It it does well. It's competitive, but like the audience is so big. Yeah, but here's the trick. Like I was going over some sites earlier. Like here, I'll pull up one of them real quick, and then I'm gonna delete some more stores so we have some room to track. But like check out the gold shop, for example, right? This was one that I was looking at, and the way that they're able to increase their margins to scale it is they were bundling stuff. And as you can see, like tennis bracelets are like the top four. You can see tennis, 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 tennis. Like that's like their cornerstone right now on the gold shop. And they give you kind of like a idea of how they do it. Like here, let me just bring this up, copy and paste. Absolutely. Oh man, is there ever? Like if you look up soccer, for example, necklace, okay, look at orders. Okay, some of these might not be a good fit, but you know, like what's going to be popular is like type of World Cup necklace or bracelets are going to be popular. All right, because people are like very much into their teams. That, in my opinion, is going to sell really well. So, like, if you could find stuff that represents their teams, that, in my opinion, would do like really well versus just like a soccer ball, especially for like, yeah, it's not as popular here, although there are a lot of people, like, especially like here in the city, we have like a more diverse audience that's going to be into it. Like, if you go downtown to like different bars and restaurants, there's definitely people watching the World Cup. But it's also like weird because there's like this time difference too. So like some games are on just at totally um, hard times for people to watch. But here, check this out real quick. So like if you're selling jewelry, this is like a really good way to approach it. They're like forcing you to basically buy this as a set, which they get like this killer average order value. I was looking these up earlier on Alibaba, and let's see, I'll show you. For example, men's tennis bracelet, for example. Okay, like these are like hella cheap. This is not maybe as good quality. Um, just keep in mind, like look for something that looks good. Like this looks a little better. What's funny though is like these guys, this is not like this is just gold plated, guys. Not even 24K, it's 14K. It's like, you know, cheap, cheap, right? They're selling it for 227. Like we can get tennis bracelets for like a couple bucks, man. CZs just mean fake anyhow. So, look, cubic zirconia is right here. Nothing special, right? And then, so if we can get it for, let's just say, like, give us a good budget of like $5 or $4 a piece, okay? And then we can get the necklace. Let's see what we can get necklaces for. Okay, these are like a little higher quality because they're sterling silver. These are not plated, so let's look and see if we can find it. Okay, like 11 to $25 on something like this, which is about a good range. I definitely think, yeah. So you're gonna be like around like 18, 20 bucks. So like even 25 bucks, and then you pick up that bracelet for another like $4. You're in it like maybe $30 tops, right? And then look at how much margin they're like left with, almost like a $200 margin on it. And even if you use coupons, still that's killer, right? So um, they're gonna be able to like massively scale this because they could spend a really high amount on the advertisement. Like let's check out and see. Like, okay. Yeah, no upsells in the cards. They might have like a post-purchase upsell, knowing this company since they're a little bit bigger. And now that they're licensing stuff from like NBA, NFL, Marvel, that's pretty dope. They've gotten to like that big stage. Let's see. This is so funny, these toys. The only thing yeah, you're talking this one, exactly right. Yeah. Let's see here if we can find one. These are like general stores, so like all the time. Will they be good? A lot of Chinese people run these up because like Google is just like crazy easy to run stuff. So like everyone and their mom will be doing these trending products. Light in the box. Evergreen stuff in my opinion. Like if you're gonna do stuff, do something boring that people need every day. Like I would never sell crock attachments, even though it's like something that is just interesting to me. And yeah, it could be evergreen, but you have to like you're chasing like the trending attachments, right? Where like binoculars, for example, that have night vision could be a much better product because people hunt, for example. People want to see stuff in the dark. They, from the safety of their home, and it's a pretty good product in my opinion. Just because like year round, people are going to buy this. People go sightseeing on vacation, road tripping, all sorts of stuff, man. usually like 50 to $300 range is where I like to be. If we get like average order value like 190, that's like my sweet spot. Like just like this is why like I love this offer from this jewelry company so much is because it's in that price sweet spot to me and the margins are just killer insane to where you could advertise this all day long if you got it to convert and you got your marketing angle and you're just gonna like literally print money. Like, if I still did jewelry, I would be doing this right now, like without a doubt. Really. How's it been going for you? Gotcha. That's awesome, though. This. Yeah. One of those days, man. Let's see. Baby products, like, see, I don't see anything that really catches my eye. I can tell you, like, right now, these maternity support or C-shaped pillows, we're killing it, but this is something that like you're gonna have better margins once you're able to stock in the United States. So like if I was gonna go after something like this, I would test it knowing that I'm probably gonna lose money shipping it from China. However, once I could prove the concept and I know the costs beforehand to import it, then I'd move on it. Yeah. So another kind of hybrid method that I'm working on this next year, which we're actually moving on, is we're shipping containers directly to Amazon with with all of our products. Oh, sorry about that, guys. So anyhow, like what we're doing is we're shipping in like containers. Say we have like 10 products that we are very confident in. We're gonna put them in Amazon's warehouse, and then we're gonna hook up Amazon to Shopify. People don't know this, but Amazon Shopify integration. Let's see, we want to go to the one for Amazon. Let's see, so on Amazon. Okay. Yeah, so like the reason why I like doing Amazon to Shopify, for example, is because first off, like Amazon is really good at spreading your inventory out to ship it very fast, and I'll be able to advertise on Amazon as well. So, so it would be like Shopify to Amazon integration actually. So like anytime like an order would also come through Shopify, we would be able to push that order over to Amazon and then they would fulfill it for us as well. Yeah, so like we're able to like hit multiple marketplaces at one go, basically. So like what we will do is like we'll have our suppliers over in China prep it all. So they'll have to put like the Amazon barcode on everything and then they'll have to give us an idea of like what is going to be in that manifest. So like when it arrives to Amazon, they're going to know like, okay, there's this much of this product and that much of this other one. And they'll process it and then it'll go to your listings. Now, like Amazon listings are just like so much easier to build. Like, look, if you're selling something on Amazon, all you have to do, like, some bulletin points, and then you're filling out like product specs. Like, and then this right here is like if you register a brand. So like in order to have some of these like more advanced areas, you just get a trademark and you set up with brands.amazon.com. And what you don't even have to get the trademark. It could be pending and they'll approve you. So you could start using like the brand features on Amazon. Yeah, I mean it's just a good way to go. Although I will say like sometimes you can get cheaper rates using a 3PL versus Amazon. Um, but you have to kind of like weigh it out as if like, okay, is the extra revenue that I'm going to create off of having Amazon FBA going to be worth it versus having a 3PL? Like our big brands, like we still will ship it to a 3PL and we'll also ship products to Amazon as well. Yeah, like check this out. We all know this product. It's a winning product a while back, the Crunch Cup. I wonder if they have a, yep, they have a site. I feel bad. I just charged them on their advertisement because they clicked on it. Like, check this out. This is an example of a company doing numbers, and they're also hitting Amazon. So, like, they're maximizing all their channels. Simple site, stuff they can upsell, but this is a winning product. And like, Amazon makes it like so easy to find winning products because like you could go to like the movers or shakers or go into like a subcategory for a niche. Like we're in like baby feeding niche. This isn't really even a baby product, and but it just I personally only run ads on Google, although I for like our brands we have other media buyers for other platforms like like TikTok and Facebook. Yeah, I just know like my strengths. So like I'm not gonna run advertisements for everything when like as a company CEO, I should be focused on building more systems for my company to scale. And that's how I scale is like, it's not with ads. It's like you have to put yourself above a certain level eventually. Like when you're building a brand to go, okay, look, what's my time worth? So first, of course, you're going to do like your product research on Google. Um, so like I use like a tool like SEMrush or Google Keyword Planner is also great. You don't need a paid tool to do keyword research. So don't invest in one until like you're super advanced in Google. Because yeah, it's definitely yeah. Like here's something to consider, Kay. Like on Amazon, for example, Amazon is very SEO driven. Okay, so like everyone's going to use keywords in their stuff. So you can literally just get ideas like suction plates, okay? That's like their main keyword. So like if we look that up here, we can find, different brands to go after. I would optimize it very close to Amazon for that purpose. Let's see, I'm just curious what the hell. Huh. These crazy stores, man. The fun thing too, like about like looking at Amazon brands is a lot of them are going to be a little bit more established. Let's see, it's a baby niche. I'm going to come back and check that one out. Like, I'll just go to like, toddler plates, for example, and just get ideas. If this was something I was interested in selling, here it's going to tell me exactly what I can do for upsells. So like we could do like flatware for kids. This looks like some stuff that's not going to like hurt a child, cups. Just look at what other people are selling, and that's the best way to go because they're already telling you like what is popular, right? So like why reinvent the wheel when the data is already provided for you? And what's funny is like I originally started doing Amazon. I didn't do Shopify until I lost my Amazon account and was forced to like get outside my bubble. Yeah. So like I was originally, I'll tell you guys the story. So there's a site called All Posters, and man, it was like almost like 18 years ago. Okay. I went to this site and I came up with this brilliant idea. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna sell all these popular trending posters up on Amazon. And so I went on to like freelancer.com, I think it was back then, and I looked for someone who could load all these products for me. And so eventually I figured out it would be more effective for me to then hire somebody to scrape these. So I found somebody that was good at doing development with Scrappy, which is like a Python scraper. And then we would scrape the categories, and then I would have a data entry team that I hired load it using CSV spreadsheets with the Amazon's template. And then we would mark them up like 1.5 times. So we'd have like a good margin to work with. And then I would also use the coupons on this website to push the orders through. Yeah, a long time. Like, and I did that when I was running a marketing agency for local businesses. So back then I was like out networking, like with Chamber of Commerce's business networking chapters in my community, Rotary Club, ton of different like places, and I would basically like build websites for these companies if they didn't have them, and then I'd run their Google ads for them. And then, this was kind of like my side hustle, and what got me into e-commerce was like drop shipping, all these different types of artwork. At one point, I had over like 300,000 listings on Amazon. But then like the story goes like this. I got in a private label for a bit, had a makeup sponge company. Like I bet you I could find some of my old makeup sponges. Let's look at Google Images. Look, so like these are my old makeup sponges that I used to do back in the day. One of my first private label brands. And then I made it so it was in a plastic case because I was thinking like, you know, girls put these sponges in their purse and like they get dirty and stuff, and the packaging isn't very like reusable friendly. So I like tried to improve the product to make it better. So they're more like, travel friendly and stuff, and you don't have to worry about losing the form of the sponge too. And so that was like the first like private label product I got into were these. and it was like super cheap, man. Like it literally costed me like 50 cents a piece. And then the container was like another 10 cents or something. So from there, like I started also doing like some other private label stuff, like really boring products. So I was doing like back scrubbers, like I'll show you guys on Amazon. So they have like back scrubber bands, okay? So I was getting like these off of AliExpress for like less than $1. And right, me too. So like I was selling these, and so like all I would do is like when I was learning to do private label, I would go here and look up back scrubber band. Okay, let's see if I can find one like these. Okay, let me put a space on here. Perfect. So like this, it's very interesting to me. Um, they've gone up a little bit in price, but like I'd find like something like this, for example, make sure like you're or like this here, and then I would order like 100 of these, right? And they would come to my condo, and then I would basically put a ASIN barcode on it and then ship them into Amazon by like 100 at a time. And since I had like a pretty nice condo, it was like perfect for photography. So like everything was like brand new with like marble countertops and like the bathroom was nice. So I would like literally just like shoot photos on my iPhone of these like AliExpress products. Then I'd create like my simple Amazon listing. Like so, like I think I even like got like a tripod for my phone or propped it up on the counter if I remember back then, and like took a picture of myself like with the band like that. I just made my own like ridiculous photo. Oh, for sure. And then like I got into like loofah sponges from there and was just doing like really cheap items off AliExpress. Like if you look up loofah sponge, for example, I was selling these. This was one I sold on Amazon at the time with the little handband and stuff. Like they're so cheap. I was also doing these, but these were a little bit bigger. So like I got my first batch and I was like, this is a little bit harder to ship for the size. I wanted to work with like smaller items, right? So like I was buying these by like 100 at a time to test them. So it was like only $100 to test, right? And then I run like a little bit of Amazon pay per click on it. And if I could get it to move profitably, I would just order more of them, and I would just keep doing this exercise over and over and over. And then the journey goes on to where I started getting into like Walmart drop shipping, like arbitrage to Amazon. But the issue there was Walmart, um, you could make some really good money on the margins on the products, but more and more companies didn't want you selling their brand on Amazon. And so they started hitting people with IP complaints. And that like destroyed my account. And that was like the first like bit of suspensions I started going through. I got my account back, and then I kept getting destroyed over and over. And it killed all of the private label brands that I started off AliExpress. And I went through like this bout where like my account was suspended for like 2, 3 months. Amazon was holding like $90,000 in reserves. And for me back then, like that was a lot of money, like, and I had to pay taxes and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like worried, like, what am I going to do? Like Amazon is holding my money for at least 90 days and they might hold it indefinitely. So like I, you know, looked for other options out there and I noticed like more people were like starting to sell on Shopify. And then I joined like a little Discord. It was called Zeus back in the day. I don't know if you guys know of Zeus Discord. But like some people like saw my struggle on Instagram and then they were like, hey, like join this Discord. You know, everybody here is like learning e-commerce. And then from there, like I learned about Shopify and it just kind of like clicked with me and it took off. I'd say about like 4 months in. Like at first, like I burned through like $20,000. Like I'm super overly like tenacious and stuff. So like I will not step in a casino because like I like to win, right? So like I'll spend like every last penny trying to figure it out. So like I burned like $20,000 learning Facebook ads. You know, and I didn't like lose it all, but like you know, nothing I was running was profitable. So like I was losing it slowly over time because like I had like some products that were working for me. Like I'll show you like the first product that worked for me was like this fish hook remover. Let's see, where is it? This thing right here. This was like my first winning product. Yeah, it's so true. So like yeah. With this, people were buying them at like two or three at a time. Um, and it just worked. Like I was selling these, I think for like $15, and then people would buy like three. It's like they wanted multiple ones just in case, and also they would like buy them as gifts for like their brother and like their husband, you know. Yeah, that is true. And that like the other thing too is like if you're selling something like this and you want to increase your average order value, do like that jewelry company did. Don't give them the option to buy one, only sell it in sets or bundles. Like back then I didn't know that. And I could have probably made it more successful than it was, even though like the trend died over time because it was just so inconsistent. I stopped running ads. And then I forget what it was. There's so many different apps that I've used over time. Um, so I'll show you my second um, winning product. And this is like when it I actually started to click for me. Um, Heisenberg. I run ads everywhere, but I personally media buy on Google because that's what I specialize in. But I have other media buyers that advertise on other networks. All right, so like this is when it clicked for me, and let's just ignore these really horrible pictures in the upper right hand corner. Might have to censor that for YouTube so I don't get in trouble. See, 34 minutes mental note. Yeah, I just don't, you know, who knows? But anyhow, so people have a problem with hyperpigmentation, and so you'll see people have like knees like this or armpits like this, right? And so what this does is it's literally like a bleaching agent for your skin, and it just lightens up your skin. And this was a product that like we did really well on, but because it was kind of controversial, we had issues with like keeping it up on Facebook. So like first off, all the close-ups of skin would trigger Facebook's bots to take our stuff down because they don't like close-ups, as you know. And this is like a really hard product to demonstrate at a distance because you're really showing, you know, smaller areas of the body. Yeah, like I can tell you, whitening cream. I guarantee you there's like a ton of companies that are just killing it, Beauty Pie doing two products. Like if I knew what I do now, like I would do it so differently. But like we're so focused on like what we have going on to where we will not like get distracted and go do something else. Yeah. Well, I will say like the big difference between me and a lot of other people is I'm willing to test it out and make it work if I believe in it. Just because, all right, there's these two big factors, okay? Just like this whitening cream, if it solves a problem and the audience is really big, it's just about finding the right angle in order to get it to work. And so, like, you're either testing your offer or you're testing your ad angle. So, like, if your ad angle works, but you're not able to get it profitable, sometimes it just requires testing your offer. Look at how many freaking orders this has, guys. That's insane. Oh, yeah, I know as a fact this could definitely be drop shipped and probably is. We did, for example, but our supplier also carried it in their US warehouse. And these photos are just not friendly. Like, look at this wrinkle stuff. Like, this is like, you cannot run this on Facebook very easily at all. You'd have to be like super next level because anything with like anti-aging, Facebook does not like. But let me exit these so I don't have to do too much editing later. Because, yeah, that, like, the beauty niche is pretty crazy. But you also want to, like, know, like, what you're getting into, like, from a risk side, because if it, like, damages somebody's skin, you could have a liability. Let's see. Yeah. So, like, when I started out doing like e-commerce, I didn't have like more than like $2,000 in my bank account, and I was bringing money in from a marketing agency. But like my cash flow situation to like start outside of like living expenses was like literally only a couple $1,000s. Just to answer your question, Heisenberg. Um, it's not getting saturated. Just everyone. Okay, look, here's the thing. I'm like really passionate about this topic here. Everyone uses the same tools. Okay, they use the same tools, and so they see the same products as everyone else. All these ad spy tools, you're just looking at the same thing, man. Like, so everyone thinks it's saturated because they end up advertising the same stuff at the end of the day, right? And that's why I'm a big person on like do your own research and you know build your own environment. And that's why like I built these tools because I use it originally for myself because I wanted to look for things that no one else would think about. Like, let me give you an example of something that none of you probably have ever thought of before, okay? Um, Chicken coops, okay? Like, oh, like what the fuck? Chicken coops? Yeah, like let me show you guys something, okay? This company, Hatching Time, um, this is a big company, okay? This is going to be very hard to source, but I want to show you an example of like niches that no one ever thinks about that kill it, that no one is going to ever see because you're all looking at the same, products from product research tools. Okay, we're going to let this track, and I'm going to post the results on this tomorrow. Hold on. I'm going to make like a chicken niche here because you guys are not going to believe some of these numbers. Okay, let me go back here real quick. Like I said, people like using all these ad spy tools, they just see the same products. You organize it by engagement. You're all looking at the same top products as everyone else. So like I really like try to get people to like step out and like find things through like my rabbit hole method because you're gonna find different things than anyone else. See, it's not Shopify. There was this one store that had like crazy SEO that I was looking at doing. It was like Chicken Coop HQ. There they are. These guys did insane SEO, okay? And they are getting wholesale accounts. I'm just showing you guys an example. Like you can build a crazy niche like this, and I'll tell you, nobody's tracking this stuff because, like, I would be actually really surprised. Like, look, okay, no one has tracked this site before, so we have to give it time in order to get data. And this tells me, I'm thinking much different than everyone else. When I come across stuff that I see no one's tracked and there's no record, that tells me like I'm thinking different than everyone else. When everyone else is looking at these ad spy tools, seeing the same products, it's like, come on, you guys are just competing against yourselves and everyone else. Like, it's like when people say like, stop hitting yourself. You know what I mean? Come on, guys, like stop hitting yourself. Okay. But like, look, these guys ride off of SEO. They don't even do advertising, which was the most insane part. Okay. But look, all they have to do is sell one of these, okay, and they're gonna make like a couple $100 profit, especially on these ones that are around $1,000. Like this will probably make like maybe a 150, 200. So that's a couple hundred, okay, which is less than a few hundred because a few is like more than two. My wife always corrects me on this. I'm like, oh, she's like, get a couple of those, right? And like, I'll grab like three of them. She's all, no, that's a few. I'm like, fuck. No. But yeah, these will crush it, guys. And then look how they're upselling stuff. Okay. And like all these guys are doing, okay, is they're going to SnapLock, for example. Let me find it. SnapLock. I'm gonna have to look up chicken coops. Okay. So all they're doing is they're going to this company here, SnapLock Chicken Coops, and they're calling them up, just asking for a wholesale account. So like literally, they just call this number. Bob answers the phone. Hey Bob, I'm so and so from Chicken Coop HQ. I'd like to set up a wholesale account with you. Could you send me an application? And they say, sure. I say, all right, here's my email, joe@chickencoopHQ.com. Awesome. You get the information, you fill it out, send it back. They'll eventually send you like a price quote, and you can then get the wholesale pricing and push the orders through them. You don't even have to carry inventory or anything like that. How do I find stores like this? Dude, I had chickens. That's how. I think I did at one point. Yeah, I lived in the city. I was my neighbors called me a urban farmer. It was not in a nice note either. Our neighbors, which were renting a house behind us, got upset because our chickens cluck and make noises. We didn't have a damn rooster or anything, so it wasn't like they're crowing in the morning. But they were annoyed by our chickens, and so like one day I got home, there was a note underneath my door from our neighbors, and they were like, "Dear urban farmers, blah blah blah, please get rid of your chickens." And I'm like, whatever, guys. I just ignored them. I was tempted to, you know, engage, but that's never the way to solve a problem. So I was like, whatever, you know. If you want to knock on my door and have a conversation about it, I'll talk to you about it. But if you're gonna leave notes and be passive aggressive, then yeah, good luck. But yeah, stuff like this is really big. Like think about like hobbies that people get into. Um, they need stuff. Like people don't even think about like which one. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, what's up? Well, I mean, most of the time it's going to be through sites like Google, for example, or Amazon. You could do Facebook, but mostly you're going to want to start with like remarketing. So like I'll build the first channel, which is going to be your demand channel, because if people are looking for it, they're going to Google it or go to Amazon, right? And so I'll install all the other pixels on our website using Google Tag Manager, which is like so easy. You don't have to edit code. It's just like plug and play into Google Tag Manager once you have it up. And then from there, I'll build the pixel data off of the people from Google, okay? And that's going to build your profile of people and tune and warm up your pixel on these other places. For these types of products like chicken coops and stuff, I wouldn't even necessarily run it on TikTok, just because I know like the older crowd hasn't migrated yet. They haven't followed the younger crowd yet to TikTok. So just knowing the demographic is going to be key. But once the pixel is warmed up, we'll run probably like image ads for products like these. It's like really dead simple. You're going to start off with like a remarketing audience, and you could check, Google Trends for trends, but really what matters most is search volume. So go to like Google Keyword Planner and just look at the search volume for stuff. That's going to be like your key idea for demand. Now, throughout the year, things are going to go up and down, especially with evergreen products. But that doesn't matter because people are still going to buy it. Just like Christmas season, you have a peak season. Just because a trend's going down doesn't mean it's going to die. It's an evergreen product, so it's always going to sell. So that's how I think about it. Okay, so rising trends. This is kind of the tactic that Ryan does. So like if you find a trend, say like that car that drives on a wall is just a brand new product and so it's trending, right? What you're gonna see is like if you go to like Google Trends, okay, and let's say like wall RC car. Okay, like let's get like a better idea of this worldwide, maybe. Yeah, it's a bad example, but let's just say toys. We're gonna say a big uptrend, right, over time. Um, but it's just so broad. But we're just saying, like, as an example, let's just say that this was like a specific toy, and this was like a year time span, and it was just going up, right? Well, the reason why this could be like super important is if you found that product on TikTok and it was a very specific term that people would look up for that product, you could hop on Google because there's going to be no competition, and you're riding off of the trend of something going viral on like TikTok or Facebook. You see, so yeah, it is being recorded, Tim. Yeah, even if they are, you just have to make an offer better than them, really, in a day. Absolutely. So, like, here's something too. Let me see if I can find it. You guys remember like the Miss Cozy website that was going on? Yeah, I do know some people who are successfully selling it right now. So it really comes down to like your marketing angle. I will say too, the other big factor is going to be um, other countries that they're not targeting. I know a lot of people who are doing well with it, like in the UK and Europe, specifically. But like, check this out, Chic Athletica in the last month sold like close to $1 million of this. So there's people out there making it successful, and you're like, well, what are they doing different than me? Let's see if we can look at like their ad library, just like kind of poke around a bit. Yeah, these guys burn pages. I could tell we may not find information very easily on them. But they're running it, I'm telling you. You just have to do a little bit more research than me. I'm not willing to dive too far into this right now, but um, these guys definitely write a lot of trends, which is funny, like, because Chica Athletica is like a very smart company. Okay, like these guys originally started doing just activewear, and now they're selling like shoes and stuff that has like nothing to do with activewear. Like, what does this have to do with yoga pants? Okay, now look at this. What the hell is this? Let's take a look. Oops. If I could click my mouse. Let's see. These are not the sunflower boots are what they were killing it with for a while, and then the fleece booties. Let's see. Yeah, these guys move quick, so you can see like they kind of like warm it up. They push a bunch of traffic. They figure out probably what creative is working. Then they basically cut, and then they scale. Like, Like they're very systematic. That was how the other product was too. Off these crazy things, man. Like if you guys ever want a good store to watch, Chica Athletica is one of those stores that just like nails every single trend for clothing or shoes. They're very smart. Like let's look at how like they did the offer on, let's see, what was it called? Let's look back at it. It was Chica Athletica. I mean, I'll show you guys how I will find themes. Like I don't know what this theme is. It's probably very custom, but let's see here, developer view source. So I'll just view the source of a site if you guys are ever looking for like a theme, okay? And I'll just like literally just look up theme, right? And let's go through it and see if I can find it. But I know like these guys do like very, very big numbers, so most likely um, their theme is going to be pretty customized. But look, Prestige is what it's based off of, okay? So they started on Prestige and then they customized stuff as they went. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that make killer money that just are no names, bro, just because they don't care. Like, I was like that for the longest time after like I started finding success. I didn't post for 2 years on Instagram until I released the software, and then I was like, oh man, I guess I got to start educating people so they can understand what this does, because otherwise, no one's going to know how to use it. Like giving somebody a shovel, you know what I mean? Auxiliary, you could sell chicken coops, you could sell dog houses, you could sell anything you want, brother. Yeah, you could sell action figures, bro. You could sell people. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, here's the issue, like, with a lot of people who drop ship is that they get stuck with the mentality because everyone is in like this bubble because we're all like, you know, talking with each other in Discords and Telegram, whatever. And then we all use the same tools, the same methodology. You know, some of that works for some parts of e-commerce, but once you start thinking like very, very differently than everyone else, then you're gonna like break outside that e-commerce matrix almost, and you're gonna stop selling everything else that everyone else is selling just because it shows up on the top of some ad spy tool. Like, like yeah, there is an e-com matrix, I believe, just as much as a world matrix almost. People 9 to 5 jobs doing driving to work every day. Then you get stuck in the e-com matrix, and then people don't think of how to break that mindset either. Totally, totally. I'm like, I'll show you guys, like, someone who's like, oh, we should research plushies. Like, sometimes, like, even Google Trends is really good for it, like for plushies. Like, I'll just hop on here and look at, like, what's rising in here. Alphabet lore plushie. Like, what the hell is that? Alphabet lore plushies. Like, who would think of this stuff? Look at this. Like, this is what it takes, like, to think outside the box. Like, that's why, like, I will not use. ad spy tools unless it's for like keyword research for Google or for like running ads, just to see marketing angles. Because I don't want to think like everyone else at the end of the day. Yeah. Like sometimes it takes like even like almost like just hanging out with a different crowd. Like the reason why like, I believe I think different than a lot of people is because I started with Amazon and then I got into doing Shopify. And I was like, I realized like, why is everybody marketing the same stuff? Like this is kind of ridiculous. Like even I thought originally like that was the way to go. Like, oh, just copy success, right? That's what's working. Just copy whatever everyone else is doing. But then I was so wrong. I was like, because you got people selling like weird alphabet plushies making money in chicken coops, man. And you don't see their stuff up on ad spy softwares or anything. Like, yeah, like, dude, like, all right, I'm gonna say forewarning, trademark, patent, everything, legal risks. But look, okay, these right now are trending. No, I don't even know what a Roblox door is. If someone wants to explain that to me, I would love to know. But this is wild to me, you know? Oh, I know Roblox is a game. Yeah, what's up? The rabbit hole method, so it's like quite simple, okay? Like if I go to like a store that I'm tracking, okay, like all you got to do is like find one store that gives you an idea, okay? So let me find like a decent store that's like doing some decent numbers at least. We'll go like mid-range, okay? Um, let's say like um so like stuff like that I would come up with just exploring like topics on Amazon. So like a really good place that I just get lots of ideas from are the movers and shakers on Amazon. So I'll show you, for example. So like I'll just hop on here and I'll just like click around. Like so I like look at like pet supplies, for example, right? And I would just like check out these different see there's no subcategories here, but when you click on them, for example, like this, dude, how many people have seen this on TikTok? Okay. Look at how many reviews it has. Okay. Dog buttons. Like I would see something like this that would catch my attention, and then I would just go to Google, okay? And then what I would do is I'll start tracking all these stores that pop up on Google, okay? And then once I have like one product to like be the trailhead, like you're gonna go on a hike, right? You can literally grab any other product on here. Like, oops, I just like jacked up my thing. Like, for example, pet puffer onesies, okay? And then I'll just grab that, and then I'll go and I'll grab all these stores, and then I'll look at what the top sellers are them for them, and then I'll just like Google the next, few products that they have, and I'll just track all these stores. Like if I'm going like super niche specific, like dogs, you'll just like continuously be able to find winners. And here's the thing, I was saying, not just because it's not a winner for one store doesn't mean it's not a winner for someone else. They might have a better marketing angle. So I'll literally just like peel through all these and I'll see what on these stores is bringing in 80% of their revenue, and then I'll test that. So like if I go to like let's check out some of my old research here. I think I have, so like these are some pet stores I was doing the rabbit hole method with, right? And then if I went to this store, I could see like this leaf shaped dog blanket was killing it. I mean, look how many sales they had compared to every other thing. Like this is where they made all their revenue. So like I would just like grab this and then I would track this store, this store, this store, right? Dude, my mouse just died, but it's all right. We're going key trackpad. So, and then that's how I built out this list of, let's see, where is it? It's under cat, but it's really just pets. But that's how I built out this list, right? And then I just like will continuously go through. So here I see like paw-shaped calming beds. Okay, now I'm starting to see a trend. Dog beds, right? But it's just like different types of dog beds. And then I can see like what else is doing some type of revenue. And then I'll search like dog sled harness, right? And then I'll track, all the Shopify stores on Google here and I'll categorize them. So as you see, like you could just like keep doing this over and over and you're gonna find like unlimited products. So it's just about like picking one product to start with, and then you just like keep going down that rabbit hole of finding more and more products based off of all the stores that are competing and selling the same or similar products. Or like what type of extensions? And Simone, just to answer your question, I do run Google ads. That's what I specialize in. But I do have media buyers who do other channels. But what plugins are you talking about? I don't use any Chrome extensions. I just use Shop Hunter to like literally find something, and then I'll go to like AdWords Keyword Planner, like Google Keyword Planner, and then I'll look at the search volume on stuff if I'm going to run it on Google, or I'll go to the library for Facebook ads. Facebook, it's a free place. Like anyone could like go in here and like look stuff up. Like it's you could even like be super broad with it too. So like if I wanted to see like ads for pet beds, okay, I could literally just type in pet beds, guys. Check this out. Look, and then I could start tracking all these stores too. Like this is another product research method that I do too. Like look, all these brands, you know, running pet beds. So you don't really need like, you know what I mean? Anything. You can just see what other people are doing just by using the tools that are already out there. Like Google has its own ad spy. Like most people don't even think about this, like this pet sanctum, like you could do the same method here. Like you could look at pet beds and then track all these and then look up lint roller, pineapple chew toy, um, you know, anything really. Like look, this person's doing like a ferret thing. You look dog glasses, doggles, um, like literally it's just about like going down the rabbit hole to find very unique stuff and then tracking the stores and then seeing where all the revenue is coming from. Yeah, I'll be on probably like later in the night again, just because my kid's off school for the weekend. But yeah, thank you. But I mean that this is how easy it is, guys. Like it's so much fun to just find all sorts of different stuff. Like, I of course, yeah, at one point. No, I mean it does work. I'm not saying it's BS, but I'm saying um like break outside the bubble, copy someone else. Don't use the same tool as everyone else, but like do your own research and be more original with your research because like tools will hinder you if you can't be creative, right? And that's like kind of the downfall of like AI, for example. Like, if you're relying so much on something else, then you don't know how to think of like chicken coops or leaf-shaped dog beds because you're relying on a tool to like show you the same research as everyone else instead of like trying to build your own environment of research that you've done personally. Yeah, no problem. But like, yeah, I would copy this dog bed. I'd run it for sure. Yeah, movers and shakers is definitely deadly. And the reason why I like the movers and shakers too is you're gonna find a lot of like newer kind of like upcoming products that have been improved, and that's why they're moving and shaking. So like, I'll look for things that are different or like improved on design. Like, look, we all know this. This was a winning product for drop shipping. It's just so funny to see like all this stuff up on Amazon that I've seen being run on like TikTok or Facebook at one point. Like this was another winning product. I'm sure all of you have seen this one too. Look how many reviews they have. Yep. So you're right. Look at this, guys. Like you can market this right now. I bet you it could probably work pretty well. But of course, like what I like to do is validate it first. So like I'll look for other people selling it. But like motion um laser cat toy, like this makes sense. My health first. Like there's a bunch of like general stores like pushing this. See if we can find and tap in anyone that's tracking these. Like here, like Robo Mouse is like their top seller. Like they haven't sold a lot of them, Caleb, but like you get the idea, guys. Like it's about finding a trail. Okay, and maybe these guys don't know how to scale. Like look at what David was showing. He's picked wallets on some store that wasn't even doing a whole lot of revenue. But we all know like that big wallet company that does really big numbers. So there's a big audience. Most wished for? Yeah, absolutely. I don't check that as often just because, I have habits of like just doing this. So my habits kind of guide me. Just like the whole like thinking outside the box or thinking inside the box habit that you got to break. You know what I mean? Like this is like my mindset. So I love it when like people give me new ideas like that. It's money because I'm like, oh yeah, I should use my brain more often and not think the way I think all the time. Let's see, Jake. So we are doing TikTok. We want to sell that leaf blanket. It's obvious that it's selling out, but we cannot find content. Is it worth ordering it yourself and getting content from someone? Or would you just move on it if there wasn't enough content? I mean, look, if you wanted to make content, I'll tell you a trick, okay? Don't abuse this because I'm an Amazon seller. But I'm gonna blow your mind. All right, Jake, you ready for this? So what you're gonna do, okay? You're gonna order it on Amazon, okay? You're gonna make your content and then you're gonna return it to Amazon. So if you don't have a lot of money, that's the trick, okay? They're not gonna ask you twice. The return policy is the best in the world. They don't ask questions. But that's what you're gonna do if you want to build UGC. You don't have a lot of money and you want to market it. There you go, buddy. Don't abuse it. If the product works out, just keep it, man. Because like us Amazon sellers have it hard as it is getting stuff back, especially if it has dog hair on it. But if you're desperate, man, desperate measures. So, but once you're successful, maybe donate it. Like, look, this is ridiculous. What the hell? This is like a vegan dog throw. Literally. Like this is a killer product right here. Wow. Wow. I like this. Personalized stuff sells, man. If you can get a hookup on like putting a dog's name on a dog bed, I guarantee you that'll crush it over everything else. Like so if you took like that leaf, dog bed and then you were able to customize it to put the dog's name on it, that's going to do way better compared to everyone else that's trying to sell the same product. You could always put a twist on it like that too. Like, I'm just curious if anyone's hitting this on Google. Oh yeah, they're doing it the other way that everyone has seen in drop shipping. But look, this is so simple, guys, that you can probably crush it with just the simple, like the dog's name, like literally, instead of having a picture, personalized dog name blanket. Okay. Oh wow, look, you could do kids' names too, guys. Especially for someone who has like their first child, that's like a memento right there. A lot of people's parents probably like keep your baby teeth, keep like locks of your hair, all sorts of stuff from like when you were a kid, right? Like personalized dog bones, maybe. I like the blanket idea because it's going to be used a lot more. A dog's are just going to tear up its way, so it's like, why customize it, right? I'm curious if we could track this guy. See the word. Yeah, we can't track that. On search, oh, I love shopping more than search. Like, definitely, like that's where I go first is shopping. It takes a while to get approved, but like I'll make like a 4,000. Yeah, I mean, the way to look at it too is like if it doesn't have a lot of searches, I'll do like a broad campaign on search because Google will also find keywords that are gonna probably work out for it. Just use a limited budget though, so you can keep control of it, and then check your search reports to monitor, make sure it's not wasting money on it. Yeah, try it broad, but just limit the daily budget. That's what I will do on like lower volume keywords like that. And you'd be surprised, like Google will sometimes find keywords you just never thought of. Or like if you're on SEMrush too, there's a broad um, keyword research function on their keyword research tool that I use. But hit me up in a private message. I'll try to help you if you want. Just send me like what the product is, and maybe I'll help you break out of that box. But Simone, you're totally right about like just people who like put in a lot of effort. If you like actually like make something and believe in it and work on it, you're gonna make it successful. It's just like anything, and it's like those same people that quit drop shipping after the first 30 days, but they'll go work a job for years. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like how long did it take you to first get a job? You know, most people when they go apply for jobs and they never worked somewhere, how long does that even take them to get a job? And yet they're going to give up in their first 30 days of e-commerce. Same deal. But yeah, it's pretty funny to me. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna upload this. I'm probably gonna go like chill with my wife for a bit, watch a movie or something. But I'll be on tomorrow night probably. We'll do some more product research and have some fun. And then I'll upload this in the morning. So for those who came late, want to check out the beginning of it, there's a little bit of gold sprinkled in there, and maybe we can help you out. Maybe there's a product you found that you might want to run. By all means, guys, like if you see something, like go with it, try it out, run it, build it. None of this stuff do I share for my own personal gain. I want you guys to like use it for your own gain because I just want to help you guys. But have a good night, everyone. We'll chat tomorrow. Peace, guys.